Okay, we've had several complaints. You're parked in your van with all the shades up. Hold on. Right in front of a school. And all the kids are walking by. People are concerned with what you're doing here.
I would love to answer all your questions.
Okay.
I would just like to do so with my lawyer present. So this is my lawyer's contact information.
Okay, whatever. I don't call lawyers. I don't wait for them to come out. If I have a call that they believe some kind of I suspect possible criminal activity, I'm here to investigate it, which means now you're detained. Okay? Because I'm here.
This man was parked legally by the side of the road, not blocking traffic, not causing any disturbance. Everything was calm until a police officer showed up. The officer claimed they had received multiple calls about the car being parked near a school with the windows covered, even though there was absolutely no illegal activity taking place. There was no evidence, no suspicious behavior, yet the officer still demanded to see his ID. When the man calmly asked what crime he was being suspected of, the officer struggled to respond and only offered vague, baseless accusations. The man didn't resist. He made it clear he was willing to cooperate, but only with his lawyer present. That's when things escalated. Instead of respecting his rights, the police arrested him without giving any valid reason, a case that leaves us all asking, are the police protecting justice or overstepping their power? If you found this video helpful, or as outrageous as we did, don't forget to leave a like and share it so more people can see the truth and speak up. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think was right or wrong in this situation? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any upcoming videos about civil rights and how to stand your ground when facing injustice. We share real stories, so you know exactly what your rights are.
What are we doing parked here?
Am I parked illegally?
Okay, we've had several complaints. You're parked in your van with all the shades up. Hold on. Right in front of a school. And all the kids are walking by. People are concerned with what you're doing here. I get it that you're legally parked, but not the greatest place if you just want to hang out. So you get why I'm here, right? A lot of parents, many calls have come in. So I'm contacting you to make sure you're not America's Most Wanted and what you're doing here.
No, I'm not America's Most Wanted.
What's that?
No, I'm not America's Most Wanted.
Okay, you got ID?
Have I committed a crime?
What's that?
Have I committed a crime?
Right now, no, you haven't.
Do you suspect me of having committed a crime?
It's a possibility. That's why I'm here. I'm conducting an investigation.
What crime do you suspect me of having committed?
I do not know if you're casing for children in the area. I do not know if you're casing to burglarize houses. Okay. So that's why I'm here talking to you. Okay.
I can understand that.
Okay. So are we going to go round and round and round, or are you going to get information?
No. I would love to answer all your questions.
Okay.
I would just like to do so with my lawyer present. So this is my lawyer's contact information.
Okay, whatever. I don't call lawyers. I don't wait for them to come out.
I'm just letting you know that I would be happy to answer any and all of your questions with my lawyer present only.
Okay. So where's his office? Let's drive there then.
You can give them a call right here.
Okay. I don't do that because I don't know who that is. So you're going to give me information?
I'll give you my lawyer's information, and
Are you going to give me any of your information?
Not if I haven't committed a crime. For what purpose?
Because you're parked in front of a school zone, okay? And again, if you're not going to identify yourself and tell me who you are, we'll go round and round and round, but you need to leave this area if you want to park somewhere else. Okay?
So even though I'm not illegally parked, I'm just trying to get an understanding here, sir. So even though I'm not illegally parked, even though you don't suspect me of having committed a crime.
Well, that's why I'm here trying to figure out.
Well,
you're playing this game with me that you don't want to give your information.
I'm not playing.
Because if you haven't committed any crimes and you're not America's Most Wanted, you don't have any warrants, you would say, sure, no problem, officer. Here's my information, so we have no issues. I'll get your information. I'll run your record, make sure that you're not America's Most Wanted, and you won't let me finish talking, and then we'll be done.
I just understand what my rights are, and California is not a stop and identify state.
If I have a call that they believe some kind of I suspect possible criminal activity, I'm here to investigate it, which means now you're detained, okay? Because I'm here. You were the one that was described. This is the van that was described. This is the license plate that was described. Is this your van?
Again, I'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions in the presence of my lawyer.
Do you just want to play this game all day?
No.
Because I'm here till midnight. We can sit here and do this all day.
We can do this as long as you like. I'm just stating for the 4th or 5th time, I would be happy to answer any and all of your questions in the presence of my lawyer.
And then I would be happy if you left.
Understandable. I will.
Are you going to leave?
Well, first I'm going to contact my lawyer as soon as I disengage.
Why is it that you're not?
You.
Let me ask you a question. Why is it that you don't want to give me your information? Why?
Because I'm not required to by law.
If this is an investigation, you are.
And again, what crime do you suspect me of having committed? You can't. You stated 2 or 3 times that you don't suspect me of having committed any crimes.
No, I didn't state that. I said, do you have? I don't know if you've committed a crime.
I asked you if you inspect.
Okay, listen. You're making everybody nervous in this neighborhood. I don't want to go around and around with you. If you live out of your van, fine. Okay? You need to park somewhere else, not in a school zone. Okay?
Okay.
Can you do that?
I am capable of doing so.
Are you going to move your van?
Yes, may I
Then we can finish talking.
May I get
Because I don't want to go around and around with you for 3 hours because you think you know the law better than I do.
I don't. I just understand my rights. Is it possible to get your name and badge number and this officer's
Yoder,
name and badge?
6706. Write it down.
And officer, what is your name and badge number?
Italian.
Italian?
7, yep.
4839?
Yep. 7057.
Oh, 7057 and A Italian?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Fine, you can leave.
I can't with you leaning on my vehicle. So you're gonna stand here and watch me?
Yeah, till you leave. That way I know you left.
And I feel really intimidated right now.
If you want.
I'm sorry?
You can file a complaint. You can feel intimidated, not intimidated.
I have a few complaints going on against San Diego Police Department.
All your complaints you want.
Even though there was no evidence of any crime, the officer accused this man of everything from being on America's most wanted list to possibly casing houses or even being involved in vague child surveillance complaints, all based purely on speculation. These accusations were not backed by any facts, just unverified complaints from others. And according to the law, mere suspicion does not justify detaining someone or demanding their personal information. The man had no legal obligation to provide anything, especially when no specific crime had been stated. And when he asserted that he would only cooperate with his lawyer present, the officer refused, fully aware he was operating outside the bounds of the law, and instead chose to unlawfully detain the man. But the man stood firm, never giving up his rights. And because there was no wrongdoing to pursue, the officer eventually told him to leave the area, which he did calmly and with dignity, though it was clear the officer needed to learn the law, because suspicion alone is never enough to justify an arrest.